Here are today's top stories and why they matter. Kenya's police service has arrested an officer seen in a viral footage shooting at an unarmed civilian during protests sparked by the death of blogger Alberto Juang. The man who was shot remains in critical condition at Kenyatta National Hospital. The officer, who was clearly captured aiming at the victim, was taken into custody soon after the incident. Why is this significant? It's rare for officers involved in police crackdowns to face arrest in Kenya, especially during or after protests. Last year's deadly demonstrations saw dozens killed, but very few officers were held accountable. That's why this arrest is striking a chord. Kenyans have taken to social media expressing both outrage and cautious optimism. Many are calling the arrest a step in the right direction, a sign that justice might be possible, but protests are still being planned across the country as calls grow louder for deeper police reforms. Civil society groups warn that without lasting change, this moment will mean little. Now to West Africa, authorities in Nigeria have confirmed that the death toll from a series of attacks in Benue State has now risen to at least 150. Gunmen stormed several villages in the north-central region, targeting residents as they slept and torching homes and market stalls. From the ground, DW's Samson Omale reports.
What we've seen here is a community in shock. Survivors describe how armed men swept through their villages on the cover of darkness, setting fire to homes and shooting indiscriminately. Burned out structures still litter the landscape, and bodies have been pulled from the rubble days after the violence. Tensions are running high, and many here fear this is just the beginning of a larger wave of reprisal attacks. The Office of the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, has vowed what he called precision strikes against the bandits blamed for the massacre. The Police Inspector General Kade Betoko has taken direct control of security operations in Benue. He's deployed tactical and special forces, including air surveillance, to the affected areas.
And finally, Israel has conducted airstrikes near Tehran, targeting nuclear and military sites, while Iran has responded with hypersonic and ballistic missile attacks on Israeli cities, including Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, and Haifa, both attacks resulting in hundreds of deaths. In response to the intensifying violence, the US has temporarily closed its embassy in Jerusalem until Friday. Why does this matter? This is the most lethal direct confrontation between Israel and Iran in decades, escalating from proxy skirmishes to overt exchanges of fire. The implications are vast. Regional security is destabilizing, global oil markets are jittery, and the broader Middle East faces renewed risk of wider conflict. So what is next? The United States and key European powers are urgently pushing for a ceasefire, hoping to prevent a wider regional war. But with both Israel and Iran digging in, and the US President Donald Trump publicly calling for Iran's unconditional surrender, diplomatic efforts face steep obstacles. And that brings us to the end of today's news stories. For more in-depth analysis and the latest updates from across Africa and beyond, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. You're watching DW Africa on YouTube, and I'm Andrew Wasike.